Anyway, I'm not a racist like they say. I'm not a sexist or a colorist or anything else like that. It doesn't really matter if people are green or purple or yellow. But what the black man did or brown man did is unexcusable and different. Like I said they took over every town, every city. They got the weapons. They tortured women, raped them. They did whatever they wanted and only had the guns. They only drove the tanks. They thought they could rule the world or own it. But they hadn't invented anything. They hadn't designed anything. They're the ones that killed the British and the Germans. And even the Americans. There's black people and some white stupid people. And some other people. There's some white people that thought that it'd work out for them. They could just take over with some black people. I don't know how it worked out. Like I said, it's undocumented and not recorded. Or if it was, they burned the films. They tried to cover it up. They tried to make it look like they had been so kind and nice to the white man. And that they had raised the white man up. But they hadn't. They'd taken over after everyone else helped them. It's 40 or 50,000 years ago. 35,000 years ago. Anyway, they took over all the buildings. They took over all the ships. They took over everything. No one would ever again have any money or any power again after what they did. And they chopped off everyone's hands. And like I said, then if a white man wanted to drink water, he had to drink some black man's piss. Or eat their shit. Literally. Anyway, I think they were just trying to kill off all the white people. So, but they're kept from knowing anything, or reading, or doing anything, or even glasses or seeing. Black men would always keep power. Would never let anyone ever do to them what they did to everyone else. Like I said, it only lasted a couple thousand years. It didn't last that long. Not forever anyway. But yeah, they whipped the Mexicans, they whipped the blacks, they whipped the Chinese, they whipped the white Americans. They whipped everyone. There wasn't anyone that they didn't hurt. So, maybe a few white people might have lived a good life too. Basically, it was all the black people, and they had armor-piercing rounds and bulletproof vests and the best money you could buy. And the best tanks, the best everything. German tanks. Anyway, like I said, they poisoned the watersheds and poisoned the fields, poisoned the ground, and just kept all the good food for themselves. Made sure that they were healthy and no one else was. Kept all the grain. Anyway, knew all this science and technology. Not sure if they all felt the same way or had the same mind as they say, but basically their leader turned their back on everyone but didn't tell anyone at some point. Then they worked really hard to try and take over everything. And then they laughed at everyone as they died. They laughed as they made them drink their piss and eat their shit. And they laughed as they shot them dead, played their stupid little games, bet on death games and everything else like that. It was all black men. They tortured Germans, Japanese, Chinese. They tortured everyone. They wanted to know everything. It's a lot. Anyway, they did all this. They even tried to get access to my ships. Like I say, Lucifer White Star Lines. They got some stuff. Not everything, though. And then they tried to get into my mines. Or my mine shafts. But they didn't get everything. Not so hard to see someone coming when they're black. You know that they're all against you. So, we didn't exterminate them, though. No, we just kind of pushed them off and jailed them up and exported them to some place where they could be. Anyway, it's 40, 50,000 years ago. They've tried to maintain control and power this whole time, but you know, it's hard to control everyone. Real hard. There's a lot of mine shafts, a lot of underground places. A lot of other planets. Well, you know, absolute rule. Never works. Anyway. Too bad no one ever told me that the black people would never let anyone have power. Gotta change that situation a little bit. Just a bit. Teeny little bit. That's why there are no red tails. Red tails is a female. It's a female term anyway. It's when they're bleeding. Anyway, it's like red wings. Anyway, somebody made them wear all red pants and gray coats. I guess because they'd like to have sex with women and then they would bleed on their own clothes. And it would make the pants all blood, so they had these little round blood spots on their pants because their pants were white originally. And it bled through and stained them. So they all had orange little spots. Pink. And you look at every single black person in white clothes and their groin, it's always little red pink spots. Look kind of funny. Anyway, people would laugh or something or talk among themselves and they would whip them and chop off their hands and stuff. So they stopped using white clothes. So they used red pants. And then no one would know about how they raped everyone or got blood on themselves. Something like that. I don't really know. I only know some, but it was they did the red coats and red wings and red tails and red. They shot them out of the skies. Blew them off the ground. Anyway. They're psychopaths and rapists and killers trying to do absolute control. Didn't work out. It was 40 or 50,000 years ago. Anyway. They were doing it for the Black King, Papa's boys and all them. Anyway, now they pretend and try and do it again. They try and do it again every couple thousand years, I say. Once you do something once, it's not really a new thing. So, yeah. They drive around their cars like they're big pimping. Girl in every shed. Dead girl in every shed, more like. They usually kill the women after they have sex with them. I don't want any more white people around. I only have sex with black people. Keep the race line pure. Picked up some genetic diseases. Anyway, I don't really know that much. I just know what I know, which is a little bit. Lucifer White Star Line. Great big massive ship. It said Lucifer on the side. They sunk it. Lucifer White Star. Or Lucifer Star. And the ship was painted white. So it was Lucifer White Star. It's a joke. Get it? Lucifer White Star. The ship is white. So it's a white star. Little joke. Yeah. Anyway. It's a beautiful ship. Anyway, they sank it. Anyway, black people aren't really nice. Never have been. Probably never will be. They're self-serving and they want to torture everyone, chop off their hands. Anyway. They claim to be Britain or Germany while they chopped off and killed everyone. So people would think that was Britain or Germany. But it wasn't. It was Africa. Black people. They snuck in, kidnapped everyone, raped all the girls, killed them. Anyway. Like I say, it's 40,000 years ago. Doesn't really matter now.